Hello, greetings to everybody. I hope all of you are doing fine. And welcome to chapter 1 of our online course of Science, Technology, and Society. So for chapter 1, we will define what science is, and also we will define what is technology, and also we'll talk about automation. So let's now go into the details of chapter 1. Let's first define what science is. So basically, science seeks to understand the natural world. The main goal of science is the acquisition of knowledge. And I'm sure you're all aware that science is systematized, organized body of knowledge. And this body of knowledge is obtained through experimentation and observation. And again, like what I mentioned, science seeks to understand the natural world so that we can explain, we can predict, and we can control. So that's our definition of science. Now, what about technology? So technology can be viewed as the innovation, change, or modification of the natural environment. And this is done so that technology can satisfy human wants and needs. Technology can also be viewed as the application of scientific principles to make modifications in the world to satisfy and meet human needs. So the main goal of technology is to satisfy human wants and needs through the application of scientific principles. In the broadest sense, technology extends our abilities to change the world, to cut, shape, or put together materials, to move things from one place to another, to reach farther with our hands, voices, and all those things that we need. So that's what technology is. And take note, technology is the process by which humans modify nature, again, in order to meet needs and wants. So I would like to point out that technology's main goal is to satisfy human wants and needs. Technology is driven by our necessities. So ganun po ang technology, no? So dahil marami po tayong pangangailangan, we have to apply certain scientific principles para matugunan yung ating pangangailangan. Like for example, communication. So because of our need for communication, we tend to innovate. Dati we communicate through fire na magsusunog po tayo, then yung usok tataas. So pag nakita yung usok na yan, that can serve as a warning na may parating po na kaaway. Alright? Then gumamit po tayo ng pigeon, naglagay po tayo ng mga papel do sa paa ng pigeon so that we can communicate from one place to another. But now look how innovation really had changed the world. So from fire and pigeon, gamit po natin ngayon a cellphone. Right? And we can also communicate from, let's say, Earth to the moon. So ganun po, that's how we have innovated in order to satisfy our needs for communication. So again, the main goal of technology is to meet human wants and needs. Right, at this point, let us now compare science and technology. So again, the main goal of science is the acquisition of knowledge. Science is concerned with what is or what exists in the natural world. Like for example, life. So that's the realm of biology, or the composition of matter, and that's the realm of chemistry, or matter and energy in the case of physics. even heavenly bodies, and that's the realm of astronomy. So science deals with the acquisition of human knowledge, and that knowledge is acquired through experimentation and observation. Now for technology deals with how humans modify, change, or alter or even control the natural world. So the main goal of technology or the concern of technology is what can or what should be designed, made, or developed. So that means application of scientific principles so that we can satisfy human needs and wants. Alright? So again, science is concerned with processes that seeks out the meaning of the natural world by inquiry, discovering what is, exploring, and using the scientific method. And I'm sure you are all familiar with the scientific method. The scientific method is a series of steps in order to solve a particular problem. Now, what about technology? Again, technology is concerned with such processes that we can use, alter, change the natural world. Innovations, inventions, practical problem solving, and design. Again, this is the application of scientific principles in order to meet human wants and needs. Alright, so I hope everything is clear about science. I'm sure you all know what science is and what is technology. Now, science and technology, I hope you will realize this, that science and technology continue to shape our society in profound ways. Science and technology, and I'm sure you're all feeling this, science and technology really had an impact in our society. So it continued to shape our society in profound ways. So that's our subject, science, technology, and its impact, its effect on society. So what is science, technology, and society, or STS in short? So STS, science, technology, and society, is interdisciplinary study of the interaction of science, technology with society and culture. Alright? The realization that discoveries, inventions are shaped by historical forces and in turn influence values, aspirations, events, and institutions, thus shaping the course of history. Alright, so konting kwento lang about this. So I'm sure you are familiar with the atomic bomb. Okay, so I'm sure you all know Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein came up with this formula, EMC squared. So EMC squared, to put it simply, means that matter can be converted into energy. Alright? So, but eventually Albert Einstein realized the potential of that equation to be developed as a weapon. No? So, nakikita ni Albert Einstein na baka pwedeng gawing weapon yan. So, he actually he wrote a letter to Theodore Roosevelt about the impact of that discovery of Albert Einstein, that matter can be converted into energy. Right? And you all know Robert Oppenheimer. So, Robert Oppenheimer gathered all the brilliant minds of the United States through the Manhattan Project. So he basically applied that equation, E equals mc squared, to develop the first atomic bomb that devastated Hiroshima and Nagasaki, that really shaped the course of our history. So the bombing of Hiroshima and Nagasaki ended World War II, and it really shaped our history because that opened the Pandora's box. That was the beginning of the nuclear age. So yan po, no, yung mga implications ng mga innovations na yan, no, to our society that is shaping the course of our history. Alright, also consider po natin ito, no, about communications. Again, no, nabanggit ko na po kanina yung communications. So as I mentioned earlier, yung mga natin, yung mga ancestors natin, so if they wanted to communicate from one tribe to another, either magsusunog po sila ng mga damo or wood, then yung usok po na yan as a result of burning will be seen by the other tribe, no, para siguro ma-warningan sila na may parating na kaaway. Alright, then from there, di ba, gumamit din po sila ng sound, no, yung mga tambol. So pag narinig po nila yung sound ng drums, that can also serve as a warning, no? Baka may parating na kaaway, so something like that. So that's how they communicated, no, from one tribe to another. Alright, then gumamit po din sila ng mga messengers na nakasakay sa kabayo to send messages. Then gumamit din po sila ng pigeon, di ba, para mas mabilis. So ganun po ang way of communicating before. Then came Samuel Morse. So you know what he did? So he came up with the first telegraph, no, and the Morse code. Alright, and very significant po yung telegraph na yan. It shaped the history of our world, no? Like ginamit po yung telegraph para makasend po ng messages, no? So in the case of Titanic, di ba, gumamit po sila ng Morse code, yung telegraph, para makapag-send ng SOS. And buti narinig ng ibang ships like Carpathia para makaresponde sila dun sa sinking Titanic. Alright, so the telegraph really shaped our history. Then came Alexander Graham Bell. So hindi na Morse code yung sinesend, but we can now send messages through voice, sound, through the telephone. So ayan, that's the invention, the innovation of Alexander Graham Bell nung na-invento po niya yung telepono. But now, we can send not only sound, but we can also send images and sound at the same time. So meron na tayong TV. Alright, and eventually we have the cell phone. Biruin niyo po yung progress, yung innovation from nagsunog po tayo ng mga kahoy to communicate through the cell phone. So these innovations and inventions really influence our values, events, and it shaped the course of our history. So as you could see, there are so many benefits of these innovations and inventions, but there are also negative effects. The advancement in science and technology have both positive and negative effects on human life. So parang double-edged sword or kutsilyo, no? Ang kutsilyo kasi malaking pakinabang yan. Pero ang kutsilyo pwedeng pumatay ng tao. So that's how we view science and technology. There are both positive and negative effects on human life. Alright? So the major advantage of science and technology is that it made our lives easier. So alam natin yan. Biruin nyo naman, no, meron na tayong kotse. Hindi na tayo maglalakad, mabilis po yung ating travel from one place to another. no? So maglalakad tayo, aabutin tayo ng siyam-siyam, but using the automobile, we can go to our destination in a short period of time. So it made our lives easier. So biruin niyo po yan, yung mga ganyan na innovation. So like the automobile. Alright? Also, the use of technology in agriculture had increased our output and time management productivity. So hindi lang agriculture na pati in the corporate world. So biruin niyo po yung computers. Diba? We cannot dispense yung mga computers. Ang dali-dali na po magtrabaho using the computer. Alright, dati makinilya, yung typewriter lang po yung ginagamit noon in the workplace. Alright, and if you want to duplicate documents, papatungan nyo po yan ng carbon paper, no? So para ma-duplicate yung document while you are typing sa makinilya or typewriter. No, but now we have the computer so that we can encode our documents and yung printer. So talagang hindi mawawala yung computer, yung PC and yung mga printer sa ating mga workplaces. So it increased our output, naging efficient po tayo. No, at we can do other things kasi umiiksi po yung time na magawa po yung output na yan. So the use of technology has increased our output and time management productivity. Alright? And doing work at workplaces, yung kagaya ng sinabi ko po kanina, is made easier because of the invention of computers and notebooks, yung mga iPad, thus making word processing quicker and easier. So we can see the benefits of science and technology. Alright, and the list goes on and on. So I'm sure you have felt the effects, the benefits of science and technology. Alright, so marami talaga, no? And it really shaped and changed our world. So biruin nyo naman, no? The use of computers in the workplace, napakahalaga niyan, no? So halos lahat nga may computers, may printers, not only in the offices, in the workplaces, no, pati sa bahay. And as an educator, talagang malaking tulong po yung computers na yan. So dati kung mag-compute po ako ng grades, mano-mano, calculator yung ginagamit ko noon. Alright, and in presenting lessons sa aking class, gumagamit pa po ako ng Manila paper noon. No, but now, because of computer technology, I can now compute grades using Excel. Napadali po ang buhay ko. No, talagang tuwang-tuwa po ko, and I can do other things kasi napaiksi po yung oras in computing grades. And in terms of presenting the lessons to my class, talagang hindi na Manila paper, no? Gumagamit na rin po ako ng PowerPoint presentations, mga videos. So talagang malaking pakinabang ang computer sa ating mga trabaho sa mga workplaces natin. Alright, also in terms of communication, yan po, naikwento ko po na yan kanina. Yung benefits ng technology in terms of reaching other people from one place to another, communication. Dati di ba ano lang, pigeon o magtatambol yung tao to warn the other tribe, pero ngayon we can communicate using cellphones and mga telephone. We can even communicate to our relatives abroad, di ba? So talagang malaking tulong yung mga technological advancements and innovations na yan. Alright? And also in the case of travel, diba, we can now go to other countries using the airplane. Napaiksi po yung travel time natin. Dati diba, mga ships lang that would take several weeks or even months. Diba? Pero ngayon, we can travel to one place to another in a shorter period of time. So that's how really science and technology made an impact to our society. But still, like what I mentioned earlier, science and technology is like a double-edged sword. So kung may mga benefits, may mga negative effects din po yan. Alright? So if technology made our lives comfortable, then it has also increased anxiety in our lives. Ayan. So let me give you an example. So konting kwento lang. Like for example, posting mga pictures or events sa Facebook. So let's admit no na pag nag-post tayo sa Facebook, expect negative comments. No, may mga tao talaga na magbibigay ng mga negative comments sa ating mga post. So dapat wag po tayong balat sibuyas, no. We should accept na talagang may ganyan talagang mga tao. So wag tayong masyadong maapektuhan. No? Pero sa mga tao na talagang hindi nila matake yung mga negative comments, iba nakakabigay ng anxiety po sa atin. No? So let's be aware kung ano po yung mga pinopost natin. Para hindi naman po tayo na maging ganito na nag-aalala or nagiging anxious tayo, di ba? So really, ito yung mga medyo negative implications ng pagpo-post sa Facebook. So expect mga negative comments. And also yung the progress, the innovations na ito, really naging efficient po tayo. So sometimes we neglect our family, no? So nakukulangan ngayon tayo ng oras sa ating mga pamilya kasi nagiging efficient tayo, so we want more work and we tend to neglect or to give time to our families. So yan po yung mga negative effects. So it increase anxiety in our lives. So those are the negative effects of technology. Also, we have to take note that technology requires skills and capabilities to help maintain and continue to be effective. So therefore, advancements in technology have also increased the number of unemployed. Alright? So parang ganito yan. No? So for example, in a company, alright, because let's say the company invested on using technology, let's say robots, like in the case of let's say an assembly line for automobiles. Alright, so if the company invested on using robots to assemble automobiles, then manpower, yung mga tao, no, they have to learn new skills like the maintenance of these robots, or they have to learn computer programming, something like that. So if these workers cannot cope up to learn all those skills and capabilities, then siguro mag-resign yung mga yan. Alright? Or for example, yung mga mag-a-apply ng trabaho, let's say in that company na maraming robots to assemble automobiles, baka hindi nila kaya yung skill na pag-maintain or pag-ooperate ng mga machines doon. So baka hindi din po sila matanggap o hindi sila skilled, right? Alright? And also, let's say yung company na nag-invest sa mga machines na yan, hindi nila kailangan ng new workers kasi everything can be done by the robots, yung mga machines. So kukonti na lang yung manpower na kailangan nila, right? So that would increase the number of unemployed. So that's what I meant by this statement. So advancements in technology have also increased the number of unemployed. So many companies now are investing on machines, no? Para makapag-assemble, let's say, ng automobile. Nagiging efficient po yung mga companies, but again, the downside, hindi na kailangan ng mga konti, no, ng manpower, no? Nagbabawas sila ng manpower. So this would increase the number of unemployed. So this is what we call automation. Alright, nagiging automated na yung marami sa ating mga companies using machines. Alright, so when we speak of automation, this is the replacement of human workers with machines. Ayan, no, that's automation, replacing human workers with machines. Ngayon, bakit? No? What are some of the advantages of automation? Right, number one, straightforward task to perform. Ayan, dire-diretso, walang walang pakeme-keme. Dire-diretso yung pagtatrabaho. There is no need for lunch break, no? Pag robots yung nag-assemble, no? Unlike yung mga workers, may lunch break, pag nagkasakit, may magsi-sick leave, absent. Ito, hindi, nandiyan lang yung mga robots. And they can assemble automobiles 24/7. Straightforward task to perform. Walang pakeme-keme. Alright? Stable environment to ensure that the products produced will be appropriate ones. Meaning, pare-pareho lahat yung produkto. Walang human error. There's no human error. Na lahat ng mga products na lalabas sa assembly line ay pare-pareho. Alright? And you produce exactly the same product again and again. No? And the main goal of automation basically is precision. Pare-pareho. Walang error, no? Unless may diferensya yung programming sa robot. Pero pag maayos naman, then the assembly line will produce exactly the same product again and again. So that's automation. Precision is the key, the goal of automation. So those are some of the advantages of automation. Alright, so isn't that fascinating? Using machines to perform human tasks. Alright, and ano po ang result nito? This would result in an increase in productivity in the economy. So, nakakaunlad po to ng ekonomiya, no? Kasi talagang straightforward. These machines can work 24/7. So, it's obvious that using machines can increase productivity and this will improve our economy. Alright? Like in the assembly line, or like ito sa paggawa na lang ng mga kotse, automobiles. There is a continuous flow process. Dire-diretso po yung pag-assemble ng mga kotse. Alright? So, dati, skilled workers move from one job to another performing the same task. Dati yon, pero ngayon, no, sa company na ito. So, those tasks can be done by robots. So, biruin nyo po yung epekto niya, no? So, there's no more human intervention. Alright? So, wala nang lunch break, walang mag-a-apply ng sick leave, absent. So, talagang dire-diretso po yung trabaho. So, ano ngayon ang role ngayon ng tao? So, siguro magme-maintain, mag-aayos ng mga robots na to or nasa control room na lang to see to it that everything is in working order. They control through remote electronic panel. Alright, so examples of this, itong assembly line or continuous process, makikita po natin yan sa automobile industry and in the bottling industry. So ayan po, no? Machines can start, stop, accelerate, decelerate, count, inspect, test, remember, compare, measure the dimensions of space, sound, temperature, and other physical properties ng mga products na linalabas nila. Alright, so mahirap yan pag taong gumawa niyan, especially yung counting and inspecting, di ba? So ano yan, prone to human error or mistakes. So yan po yung advantages na pagiging automated ang isang company. Alright, so now what are the disadvantages of automation? So one disadvantage of automation is that automation may lead to difficulty in adapting to frequent changes in market condition. No, baka hindi maka-cope up, no, yung isang company sa ganitong sitwasyon, no, sa mga pagbabago sa merkado, no, because automated po sila. Or conflict of individual goals with respect to organizational goals. And in relation to this, we have what we call dehumanizing effects upon employees, kasi mapi-feel po ng mga empleyado na pinalitan po sila ng machines, no? Nakaka-dehumanize po yung ganun. Alright? And because of this, so feeling ng mga workers na napalitan po sila ng machines, magre-resign or magre-retire, so this will lead to job loss and mundane work. No? So nakaka-apekto po ito sa mga workers, no? Lalo na tong number 3, dehumanizing effects, no, of automation. Alright, so feeling kasi ng mga workers, no, na palitan po sila ng mga machines. Ayan, alright. So yan, sa mga companies na gumagamit ng mga machines na ganyan, yun yung mga disadvantages. Alright. Okay, so to end this video, let's enumerate the reasons for automation. Alright, number 1, so shortage of labor. Siguro yung mga companies mag-i-invest sa machines kasi may kakulangan sa manpower nila. Alright, so shortage of labor or even high cost of labor. So they would rather invest on machines rather than sa mga manpower kasi high cost of labor nga. Kaya mag-automation na lang po sila. Or reason for automation, syempre gusto nila na ma-increase yung productivity nila, no? Mas dadami yung production. Yan. Kaysa sa mag-invest sila sa tao na medyo mabagal, dito na lang sa machines. Alright, so this will increase productivity. Alright, and because of the use of these machines, they can compete with other companies na hindi gumagamit ng machines. Ayan, so there will be no competition. Alright, and also one reason for automation is yung mga safety considerations. No, like for example, in a nuclear power plant, no, instead of sending workers sa mga dangerous places sa nuclear power plant na baka ma-expose sila sa radiation, edi robots na lang ang gagawa ng mga task. Alright? So for safety considerations, no, yan ang isang reason for automation. Alright, reducing manufacturing lead time, no, napapabilis po yung trabaho. Alright, work is facilitated in a much shorter period of time. And this will lead to lower cost. Mas nakakatipid po ang company, no, pag gagamit sila ng mga machines, mas matipid po. Alright, but again, automation will never replace the human. So laging may human din yan, no, na mag-ooperate or mag-maintain ng mga machines na yan. Alright, so we'll end here and antabayanan po ninyo yung part 2 of chapter 1. Alright, we'll talk about mga cyber identity theft. So that will be the coverage of the next part of chapter 1. Alright, so thank you for listening and don't forget to like and share. This is Professor Jun Kahigaw saying live long and prosper. So long for now.